Hi, I'm Katie Hibben with Rock Scars Magazine with Matthew Gasick and the Ides of March.
Thank you, Katie, for that wonderful introduction. I'm with some hit makers. I'm probably with the biggest band I've ever been with before. I know I've interviewed acts like Megadeth and Godsmack and whatnot, but I've never interviewed a band that's had at least two #1 hits in America. And try to imagine the 80s without Eye of the Tiger. And I would like to introduce Mr. Jim Peterik.
Hey, Matt. How are you?
Good to meet with you tonight.
Thank you.
You've had involvement with so many hit songs like Vehicle and Eye of the Tiger. Could you give me the lowdown of what capacity? I mean, 38 Special. He's done songs. Every hit from 38 Special this man has written. He's written hits with Survivor and the Ides of March.
And Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
Now just go on. What hits have you had, and how many #1s have you had in your
Well,
life?
yeah, with Larry Millis here, Larry started the Ides of March back in 1964. We had our first hit in 1966. I was only 15. Larry was 16. It was called "You Wouldn't Listen." Made it to number 42 nationally. But our big moment was 1970 when we recorded Vehicle. I wrote it, I sang it, the band performed it, went to #1. We were on tour throughout the Summer of Love with Zeppelin and the Allman Brothers,
there.
and yeah.
Okay, no, we'll put a bookmark there. Keep going. Keep with your #1 hit.
Yeah, all these great acts. And so Survivor came about after the Ides broke up. And we went our separate ways for a few years. I put together Survivor as the ultimate rock band, and we had a string of huge hits. And of course, the biggest one, 1982, when Sylvester Stallone asked us to write the theme song from Rocky III, and we came up with
two, right?
And four, Burning Heart.
Burning Heart. Yes,
yeah.
I recognize that.
Yeah.
So you have a relationship with Sylvester Stallone.
Yes, and he also loves Vehicle. He used Vehicle in Lockup. In his film.
That movie, yeah.
Do you still talk to Sly at all?
Well, I saw him about 4 years ago. We hugged and talked about old times, but I haven't seen him since then.
That's fun. Now you keep going on your songwriting. You sing Sammy Hagar.
Well, yeah, I got involved with two bands in the early 80s. One is Sammy Hagar. We wrote Heavy Metal, which became the classic animation theme song. Yeah. One-way ticket to midnight, call it heavy metal. Neither of us were really heavy metal musicians, but we loved it, and we caught the energy of that. So, and then I got together with 38 Special, and we co-wrote Hold On Loosely, Rockin' Into the Night, Caught Up in You, Wild Eyed Southern Boys, Fantasy Girl, just a great string of hits. And then I joined Survivor, or I formed Survivor actually, and after Eye of the Tiger we had hits like High on You, I Can't Hold Back, The Search Is Over.
The Search Is Over is what my favorite Survivor
which we did
song,
today.
And that is fantastic.
And many Burning Heart and many others. So
we get to do all these big hits in the Ides.
That-
It's a little bit different treatment with the horns and the way we do it.
Well, it's a nice thing. I mean, you've got in Chicago. I mean, why not do it since the band Chicago is known for their horns? I mean,
Right.
I think that's great. I mean, have you ever played a show with Chicago? I imagine you probably
actually we
have.
never have.
We never have.
No.
How ironic.
No. They were
We went to school with them
yeah,
at the same time.
That's right.
Tell us
Went to
about
college.
that. Really?
Oh, I was at the American Academy of Music downtown at Roosevelt, and they were a couple of years older than me, but there they were. They were just some more of the guys, some more of the students.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
That's so strange, and you never actually got together. Well,
Yeah.
Chicago, what are you waiting for? And, anywho, I put a bookmark on the Led Zeppelin incident you mentioned
Sure.
from the stage from a great show here in the Montrose Room in Rosemont, Illinois, which is the best venue you could possibly go to.
I agree.
I'd like to thank Chris, Nicole, and Sharon for all their hospitality tonight. But let's get back to the Led Zeppelin story that you brought up. Okay, now I'm kind of on the same page as you, but go on. What happened during that tour?
Well, I mean, we blew them away. I mean, they were.
They blew Led Zeppelin
Yeah,
away.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah, they were older than we were. But they were big
and
stars.
better looking.
Well, there's that.
Oh,
But no, but we were like, oh my God, they're terrific.
Nothing.
The drums and the guitar, just amazing. But when we played, we came up with 300% energy. We blew them away. Just our energy, people reacted to us, and it was like a big deal. And although they're like superior.
You're
you know,
talking about Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed you are a fantastic guitarist.
Oh,
I
thank
mean, did you and Jimmy Page just jam together sometimes?
I wish, but we did get to talk, and we went to this party afterwards. Bottom line is, we had a great night. They were not in a good mood.
And they were tired.
They were tired, and they hated the PA, and they were in a bad mood. So we were triumphant that night.
I understand. So I guess that's there was some debaucherous activities, and you chose the good route and went to Dunkin' Donuts.
We did. We saw the stuff, the drugs, and the naked groupies. It looked cool,
Good for you.
but it wasn't our scene. We were 19 years old from Berwyn.
It was kind of scary. It was,
I'd be
it was
intimidated.
like surreal, you know.
Yeah, that's a heck of a scene to see, and you know what? I think you made the right choice by
All
going
right.
to Dunkin' Donuts. Although I'm not a fan of their coffee, I like the McDonald's.
Okay, let's not argue.
Okay. Now, furthermore, you're pretty much you're a staple here in the Midwest for festivals. Springtime's here, and we've had a great winter here in Chicago. It's pretty much been a spring. Where can we expect to find you? Are you going to be at Ribfest and so forth this year?
Probably not Ribfest. We have some great ones, though. I know we're at Pig in the Pines in Wisconsin, but we have some Cicero Fest.
Cicero, we're playing New Lenox.
New Lenox with thank you, with Night Ranger.
Yeah.
Great band.
And that's going to be
Good friends of ours.
They're good friends.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time.
So there'll be a bunch of fests.
Yeah, the IdesofmarchRSM, and we have, of course, the whole schedule there.
Well, that's fantastic. Rock Scars Magazine today, which is March 10th, 2012, starts our battle with the bands, and everyone was wondering why I'm not there tonight, which is the Road to Inkfest. The reason why is because I have these guys here to interview tonight, which is an absolute honor and joy. I mean, Eye of the Tiger. When Rock Band came out, you don't know how many times my eldest daughter Danielle, has sang that song. It was just natural. I mean, it's like hearing the wind blow because it was so common in my house.
And you wanted to strangle them.
Actually, now that I know you wrote the song. No, that's okay. I grew up with that song too, and it was a bonding point for me and my daughter.
Oh, that's true.
And it's great, and
Well, okay, here's a fact. Jim just flew to New York a few months ago, 3 months ago, whatever it was, to receive an award. This big award, with Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. It's like in the top 10 downloads right now.
Top 10 downloads.
Yeah, downloads.
Of all time.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Still, now, 30 years later.
We're on the charts with Lady Gaga,
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. So,
I mean, really, this Eye of the Tiger and the Search, and he said Hang On Loosely. Come on, these are huge hits. Vehicle. These guys have some big hits and deserve a lot of notoriety. And what I want to get to next is, I don't want to take up too much of your gentleman's time, is that
Are you coming with us?
any nominations for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anytime soon?
they're talking about it. They're talking about it. So, we'll see.
Okay. Well, I hope you get the votes in and you get in there sometime soon because you've been together for 48 years and a new album. Let's tell them about
Yeah,
it.
still 19. Brand new album, all new material. We did Soul to Soul today. We did Keep Rockin'. We did Live Life, all three from the new record.
Very cool. And can they download this?
You know what? Yes, iTunes, absolutely.
Very cool. Okay. And you've already told us where we can find you online. This is
IdesofmarchRSM.
excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I
Matt.
really want to thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
Rock
Good
and
luck
roll
with
legends.
your magazine.
I mean, this is fantastic. Biggest I've ever had, and probably the most polite. Thank you very much, gentlemen. This is Matt Gasek with Rock Scars Magazine. God bless you all.